These one-time actions take under 5 minutes to do and can completely change your life, or at least make it easier to stick to your habits. Focus. I've been doing this for a couple weeks now and I absolutely love it. If you have an iPhone, you should have a thing called Focus. I believe it's on other ones as well. You can have personal, work, and sleep. I use the personal one and I make it so only a few different people who are my friends and family can actually get in touch with me. So I stopped getting the spam text and phone calls because I was literally getting like between 5 and 10 a day and it was getting extremely annoying. So this allows me to still be in contact with people without getting random calls from other people, because I honestly don't even answer my phone anymore. You can set schedules, you can automate it, you can have it go at different times of the day. You can have it so it's only on when you're at home or for a certain period of time. For the 2 minutes that it's taken to set up, it has saved me a ton of annoyance, and just getting that random phone call when you're in the middle of doing something, it breaks your productivity and it distracts you and you have to pick up your phone. You can just take a few minutes and stop getting all that random crap. If it's important, they'll leave you a message, or if you call my message, it says to please text me if it's actually important. So do something with your TV. The average American watches about 4 hours of television per day. So if you calculate that across a year, that's 1,400 hours. And if your time is worth like $20 an hour, that's almost $30,000 that you could have earned, but instead you spent watching TV. So something that we did and we've had for a couple weeks now is we actually got rid of our TV. It was right here. Since we do have it all the way up here and it is kind of like a headache to actually watch TV, we've only watched it about 3 times in the past month. Honestly, I haven't really missed it at all. So if you have a TV and you want to watch it less, figure out a way to make it a lot harder to watch TV so that you can still watch it if you want to, but it takes some work to actually make it happen, whether that's unplugging it, taking the batteries out, or like us, actually physically moving your TV.
Get an accountability partner. Stick to a workout or just read more. Asking somebody to be your accountability partner, just texting them, be like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Can you help me stay on track with that? Or even upping it a little bit and saying, if I don't do this, I'll have to pay you $100. Can you keep me accountable? That will give them incentive to do it. That can be the one thing that makes you stick to your habit or whatever you're trying to form, because you don't want to embarrass into yourself. You want to impress that person. You don't want to lose money, whatever it is. Make that incentive, get some accountability.
Use a Wi-Fi timer. If you're having a hard time at night or even during the day, if you work from home, with spending too much time on the internet, whether that's watching YouTube videos, randomly scrolling TikTok or Instagram or whatever it is, you can use a timer to literally shut off your Wi-Fi during certain times of the day. We have it set so that 9 o'clock at night, the Wi-Fi goes off, and that pretty much stops us from wasting any more time beyond that at night. I'll also do this during the day sometimes, where I'll shut off the Wi-Fi for a couple hours so that I can really focus on getting work done without having those easy distractions around. So it's a small thing, it's pretty cheap. Not a sponsor, but I'll try to find a link for it. Just a one-time thing that can make staying off your devices a lot easier. Download useful Chrome extensions. I've talked a little bit before about different Chrome extensions that I use personally to help me with productivity and to buy less stuff. And the one I've been using recently is actually the sponsor of this video, Manganum. So this is a free Chrome extension, which is just very easy to use. I already have it downloaded, but you can pretty much just click there to download it. They have different pictures here for when you open a new tab. I just like this one of birds because it's like very calming. So I really like that down at the bottom here, it just shows you what your one thing is for that day. That if you get that done, you will feel like your day was a success. You can also have a little affirmation right here, or a different quote of the day. Up on the sidebar, they have a shortcut so that I can get to my most visited websites extremely easily, along with some other helpful shortcuts. They also have just a translator here if you need it. You can easily access your calendar. Now, this is one of my most used parts of this, is just your taskbar for the day. I write down my top, generally 5 things that I want to focus on that day, with my top 1 being the one that is down here on the focus bar. We also have a little section here for notes. This is a free app, guys, so if you want to check it out, there's a link down in the description. I use it pretty much every day. I just think it's really cool, and honestly, I really like the bird. Move your charger. If your charger is next to your bed, then you might want to consider moving it. The problem is, if you keep your charger next to your bed, most likely you will use your phone. The last thing you see at night will be your phone, and the first thing that you see in the morning will be your phone. So if you're trying to break that habit, moving your charger to the other side of the room, so that way you have to put your phone down before you get into bed, and when your alarm goes off in the morning, you have to get out of bed in order to turn off your alarm, which doesn't let you hit snooze, it doesn't let you stay in bed. Honestly, this one's been a game changer for me, and it takes like 30 seconds to do. Buy a new bed. thought I was gonna drop that on my face. Sleep is one of the more important things of life. And if you don't have a quality bed, it can start to disrupt that sleep, something that I'm starting to feel right now. We got this bed for like 200 bucks off of Amazon, and it honestly wasn't the best quality. It was like good for a while, but after just a couple of years, it's starting to go already. So making like a one-time investment into a good bed is gonna give us a lot of quality sleep for a long time. And with a new baby, that is certainly very important for us right now. So I'm looking for one myself. So if you guys have any recommendations, and then let me know. By the way, if you're getting some value out of this, don't forget to subscribe. For me, something that has really helped is starting to track my finances and doing it in the most simple way possible. That's using an app. There's a bunch of free ones. The one I use is Truebill. In fact, I actually use their premium version. I link all my bank accounts and credit cards so I can keep track of everything in the same place and see where I'm overspending. It's very simple to do and has saved me a lot of time and money. If you guys want to check them out, I'll leave a link down in the description. Pay money for it. For me, if I spend money on something, I am much more likely to follow through with that thing. So if there's something that you're trying to change, actually pay money for it. Meredith wants to make sure that she's consistently exercising, so she just signed up for some classes at a local gym. She's doing aerials, something that she's wanted to do for a long time, but now that she actually put money down in order to sign up for that, and she has a deadline where she has to be at a certain place at a certain location because she already paid for it, she's actually gonna go through with it and kind of make it happen. It's the same thing with a class or a seminar or a book. Once you actually buy the thing and you physically have it, you're much more likely to follow through with it, especially when it has a specific date and location that it has to happen at. Delete some games off your phones or some apps or whatever, really. Like, I'm a very addictive person. I have a very addictive personality, so I'm no longer allowed to have games on my phone. And if just taking that one-time action to delete a game, to change your password so you can never get back into it, or to uninstall Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok or whatever it is that is your addiction, just taking that 30 seconds can save you hours every single week. And that time can change your life in a side hustle, in your relationship, with anything. So if you're having problems with it, try deleting it, try changing your password, try doing something a little bit drastic, and most likely you won't notice anything negative in your life. Only positive things will come from this. Buy a pair of quality shoes. Having a decent pair of shoes can make a world of difference. For me, I have gone pretty much completely with like barefoot shoes. I walk barefoot, or I wear sandals, or when they don't allow me to wear sandals, like in the gym, I wear shoes. If you have cheaper, hard, flat ones, that can end up hurting your back or your knees or your feet over time. So having a good pair that is right for you can make a very big difference. Switch providers. So whether that's for your cell phone or for your internet, a lot of times we just get roped into certain ones and then we don't check them for years, and they jack up the prices on us. It gets a lot more expensive. So I did this recently where I went from internet, we only had one option, and then a second option came in. So I went from $127 down to $70 a month for actually better internet. So that's gonna save me $684 this year, just for literally taking about 5 minutes to change my internet, and then my cell phone as well is gonna save me a lot of money. If you don't know what you're paying, try to find out what you're paying